Once again, we're going to be bringing you guys another cast. This is Complexity taking on Skill Difference. I am trying to stream with delay, by the way, so we're having a little bit of technical issues on my side. Apparently, we got partner over the last day or so on Twitch TV, and now I have a stream delay. I'm trying to set it up. I had it at about 6 minutes before I had to change it just to make sure that I could actually see what was going on my stream. But since it never went live and we had been casting for about, I don't know, probably 8 to 9 minutes, I was just going to play it safe, lower the delay a little bit. There still is a delay. I won't say how much. And we are finally back into the game. So, Snoopy, I'm sorry. A lot of your insight was wasted there. Hopefully we can kind of go over it in the game. We do see most of the pick ban phase is done right now. We're going to have Darkseer, Crystal Maiden, Earthshaker, Dragon Knight, and finally Storm Spirit for Complexity. And now Venomancer, Tide, Windrunner, Shadow Fiend, and just waiting on one more for skill difference. So thank you again for joining me, Snoopy, and sorry about all the interesting things that have happened. Maybe my stream is just messed up on my end. I don't know. I hate technology. But how you doing, man?
All right.
Yeah, all right. That's pretty much about all I can say as well. Still waiting on this last pick, too. Only about 10 seconds left for skill difference. Gonna see how they choose to round this up. They're gonna have to hurry, man.
5 seconds remaining.
And Enigma. Okay, so we're going to have an Enigma as the last pick, and I would imagine he's going to be a defensive jungler in this game, looking at the lineup that they have. I mean, if they are going to be having a Tide farm, like you had said previously, then it would only make sense to have Enigma in that jungle on their side. Okay, apparently my stream was on the whole time, and my dashboard just didn't see it. That's really unfortunate. Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. I still have a decent VOD at least. And now we are going to wait for everyone to go ahead and pick their heroes. And again, this is Skill Difference taking on Complexity for the Prodota2 World League Tournament. I will be casting today. My name is Draskyl, with my good friend Snoopy from Absolute Legends. And the game is finally underway, so we'll go over the players really quick here. From Skill Difference, he's going to be the Dire team. We have WSLK playing Tidehunter. Sexy going to be playing Enigma. Zeb on Venomancer. RTZ going to be playing Shadow Fiend. And Dilated Mind on Windrunner. Then for Complexity side, we have TC playing the Dragon Knight. IX Mike 88 on Crystal Maiden. Fluff and Stuff playing Earthshaker. Jo on Storm Spirit. And finally, Hannah Montana going to be playing Darkseer. So looking at the lanes, what are you thinking, man? Who do you think is going to go where for either team?
I still think it's gonna be Windrunner, Suicide. Enigma Jungle, possibly.
Okay.
And then SF mid, and maybe Veno tight top.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and see how that shapes up. And once again, wouldn't be North American Dota without a pause. So I have no idea what's going on. Apparently somebody had to restart their game. RTZ is going to restart. Apparently he might be lagging, which is unfortunate, so he has to restart his internet.
Well, looking at the items, I think TC is going mid.
Yeah, he started with the Tangos 3 branch. Might be looking to go for that quick bottle. Actually, I'm sure that's what he's going for. No reason to start that build any other reason than that.
Yeah, there was a team that actually baited us out in one of the scrims. For the people who actually rushed bottle, got punished against this team.
Really?
So yeah, so they allow him to get the first wave and the next creep to get the bottle, and then they kill the chicken off because it's rarely upgraded during that time. I think the upgrade chicken time is around about 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2:30.
Supports. And then they just hunt the chicken down. And then with TC, without the bottle, he can't actually survive the lane anymore because he went tangos. He just gets regularly, like, he get harassed really badly.
All right, we're gonna have to see how it works out. I hope that's not the case. Obviously, you don't want to see anyone lose their chicken early on, man. That's just.
I don't think they're gonna do it though. It'll be
Yeah.
funny if they did.
I've had games where I've played against like Nature's Prophets and stuff, and I'll be mid and they'll TP behind, like between the towers or whatever, and catch my chicken because they warded it, and
Yeah.
it'll still be walking, and then you just want to leave. You're like, I don't know what I can do anymore. But Complexity is going to be walking into the Roche pit, actually, maybe thinking they were going to try a level 1. I don't know. That'd be kind of strange. I mean, they do have Shadow Fiend, but that's pretty much it for a level 1 Roche. I suppose Windrunner and Tide are relatively decent tanks for it too. But
Oh, it's actually going to be Darkseer versus Windrunner bottom.
so Darkseer taking the safe lane. I think this will be a pretty even lane, I would assume.
Depending how fast the phase boots comes out from Windrunner. Darkseer might have a hard time.
Yeah, phase boots make it so you get harassed a lot more as melee. It's very, very difficult to deal with that. And now we're going to have a dual lane mid, so Venomancer going to be sitting here with Shadow Fiend just to make sure he is doubly safe. Wants to be able to get those early souls up. And then top lane we're going to have Storm and Crystal Maiden taking on a solo Tide at the moment. Now Hastern activated on Fluff and stuff too. He's coming in from the side. Ooh, WSLK is a little bit out of position, but Fluff goes into the side. I don't think he was spotted there. He's getting punched by golems, though. And man, he needs to be real careful about his positioning. One good block, and he is going to go down. Jo kind of walking up really aggressively, though, pushing him a little bit back. They are hard denying, though, so this lane should be pushing in their favor. And now if he wants experience, he will have to go by the Earthshaker. I just want to know if they're going to be able to go on him. Hastern did finally wear off, so he's not quite in a bad of a situation as he was before.
You see how they buy his bottle now? Just imagine he got picked off here, right now. He has no mana pool, no money to buy extra regen.
Right.
And he wouldn't have his bottle for 3 minutes.
Yeah, he doesn't have a shield either. He's going to take a spray here as well. He's taking a lot of right-click damage. Arteezy and Zeb going to town on him. Arteezy actually turns around to last hit a creep. There's one Shadow Raise. There's two. But he doesn't have mana for the third one, and TC is going to live with essentially no health. Gets his bottle just in the nick of time. And meanwhile, top, Tidehunter and Earthshaker meet each other in the woods and just decide to part ways, I guess. Don't want to really harass too much. But now that he's got his bottle, he's going to be in pretty good shape. And it shouldn't be too much longer before that Crow will be upgraded. So no chance of it getting picked off. Not that I think it would happen anyway. It's just a matter of no one's really in a position to do it. But Arteezy also is up to 12 souls. So his last hitting is going to be much, much easier. And his harassment's going to be pretty tough to deal with too. I mean, he hits for 72. That's quite a bit of damage at the 2-minute mark. Also see a smoke up. Ooh, they might... Look at where Sexy is
That's
right
really
now.
smart.
That's really good positioning, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
On the low ground. But the Eidolons don't remove smoke, so Sam and Earthshaker still pretty much undetected in these woods. They could very easily pick off a hero like Shadow Fiend or Venomancer given one good block. Especially considering TC is level 3. Doesn't have stun, though. He's going to get it at level 4, I would assume. Oh, and they're going to go for it. There's a Crystal Nova, but Fluff doesn't block yet. He gets in a good position. There's the block. TC going into the tower. Arteezy is stuck, but he's going to be able to health potion and live through the auto attacks. And now TC is on the run. One Shadow Raise comes out for harassment purposes, and he is going to be able to get out of there, man. That was really nice health potion timing. Enigma's going to be up here, too. Looking maybe to participate in this little skirmish going on, but everyone's just going to go back to their side of the map. And now top lane, Jo and Tide going at it. WSLK running in. Choosing to level Gush, by the way. And we see a lot of Tides who go kind of like a one Kraken shell, one Gush, and then max Anchor Smash. And if you're a farming Tide, isn't that... Actually, we might have to wait on that thought. WSLK is in a bit of trouble. Fluff and Stuff's on the side, waiting for the fissure. There it is. One more Remnant and auto attack. Should be able to get the kill. Oop, a couple more auto attacks, actually. The Remnant was not in range, so that's going to be first blood going in favor of Complexity. And that's the kind of start they want, especially on a hero like Storm.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, when you're in this kind of situation and you have two heroes mid where both of them are really weak, I mean, you do have Gale, which is a very, very strong slow, but looking at the kind of damage output and just overall stun potential. Ooh, and we're going to have a dive top. WSLK getting caught again. Earthshaker, CM, and Storm here. Storm Spirit managing to pick up the kill. TP coming in from Enigma. That was a really long TP. I would assume he TP'd back into death, which would have been very unfortunate. So 2 back-to-back deaths on the Tide. His start is definitely not favorable. And I think this tri-lane top is working out very well for Complexity so far. TC going to continue farming in mid here. He's level 5. He's got his level 3 Dragon's Breath, Bottle, and Boots. Oh man, that does a lot of damage to Zeb. He does not have any regen on him whatsoever. Going to be forced to run back here, maybe even base at this point. And we haven't really talked too much about this bottom lane due to the action top, but looking at the CS really quick, we got Jo sitting at 28, I believe. Yep, he is the leader in the game, followed by Enigma, but those are jungle creeps, so not really the same gold value. 25 from TC, and then 22 for Windrunner and Hannah as well. Oh, wow, and it looks like I missed a kill. Tide managing to pick off somebody in the top lane. It was Earthshaker. So WSLK getting a solo kill. Oh, no, it wasn't a solo kill. Enigma was helping. There was a 1-for-1 trade. So what do you think of the game so far? I mean, obviously Complexity's coming out ahead here. They're about 1,000 gold difference, but the experience, honestly, is going in favor of skill difference at this point.
Yeah, it's just the dual roaming, and then you got the jungle to compensate. Tide just gets EXP. He doesn't really need that start.
Well, TC is doing a lot of damage to our TZ. A couple more auto attacks. V eats one more, and a Dragon's Breath, and it is going to take him down. Really aggressive positioning right there from our TZ, trying to get CS against a DK who had his ultimate pop. That dot damage with the Dragon's Breath, just a tiny bit too much for him to handle. And I didn't mean to cut you off there, buddy, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was mentioning about Tide just leeching EXP. He can be effective with just the level 6. But he definitely would like to have the start to be more effective.
Yeah, I mean, he is almost level 6, so it's not too bad in terms of experience. But he has essentially no farm. I mean, he's got 800 gold. He could buy boots if he wanted to. And he is managing to get some CS at the very least. But they're going to dive him again. Here they go. There's the Nova and the pull coming out from Storm Spirit. Fissure to follow up. The Anchor Smash goes off, but that is going to be a kill for Fluff and Stuff playing the Earthshaker. That's going to give him enough money to go ahead and finish his Soul Ring if he wants to. Going to run to the side shop and pick that up. Now, Enigma's here too, and this is a bit risky. I mean, Storm doesn't have that much mana, but if they are allowed to get behind this tower, Fluff and Stuff and that Crystal Maiden played by Alex Mike can definitely secure another kill. Also a bit interesting to note that CM is going Aura in this case over getting his max level nuke. He still does have the 1-1, but not quite going the pure damage build that we see some people doing nowadays. 3 heroes currently top from both complexity and skill difference right now. Tide sitting in the lane with Enigma coming out from the side of the jungle. Jo still just farming away. He's got his level 6 now. And a bit weird, he didn't choose to level his level 3 Vortex, so I'm assuming that's because he has a CM and a Shaker on his team. Doesn't necessarily need that to land Remnants. Ooh, Ix Mike's going to get caught out here on the side. There's a Malphus going off. Will there be a Gale afterwards? Yes, there will. Going to take some auto attacks. Nice fissure block onto the Tide, but Ix Mike is not going to make it out of here. They just simply can't help him. It was a nice effort by Fluff, but not going to prove to be too fruitful at this point. 5-2, still in favor of complexity. And TC's going in really aggressively again on our TZ and just throwing out the auto attacks. That stun lasts so long. He's just going to be forced out of the lane completely. He just can't trade. And look at his health. He just gets beaten down from 100%. And that's one way to get rune control, man. If you simply can't chase because you have no health, then that is one method of ensuring that you get all the runes. Now we're going to see some pressure applied to this top lane, and WSLK is going to get caught. He does have Ravage. Jao's right on top of him. Fluff has a perfect follow-up stun, and now WSLK is blocked here just barely. Oh, the creeps come in to block him. He's still in tower range. He gets frozen, but the Kraken Shield gets rid of it right away. Did you see that timing? Snoopy, did you see the Kraken Shield timing?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, my God. If that ever happened for me, I would have the biggest smile on my face. I don't even know what to say to that. That was godlike. So what do you think? Does skill difference really have anything that they're going for here necessarily? Because they're leaving the Shadow Fiend kind of defend for himself, and it's pretty clear that he can't win against TC as long as he's in dragon form. So what do you do at this point if you're skill difference?
Well, they're trying to make something happen with their team fighting composition. But it's not working out. I think Complexity is just avoiding it. Well, just splitting up.
Ooh, and Dilated Mind's going to get caught. Runs to the side. Already used the wind run. Shackle not going to make contact. 2 TPs coming in. There's Tide. Hannah gets slowed. Still in tower range. Is he going to get in range for the Ion Shell? No, he won't. Perfect reaction coming out from skill difference. That Tide TP was right on point, allowing him to steal that Darkseer after his Surge wore off to save his teammate. Now Complexity is going to go ahead and react by pressuring top lane, and given that there were 2 TPs bottom, I doubt that there's going to be anything for this top tier tower, especially considering Shadow Fiend doesn't even have a TP at this point. This is likely just going to be a free tower kill for whoever on Complexity gets it. Probably going to be Jo, and he will go ahead and pick that up. So a tower for a hero, not too bad. Very nice utilizing of the death on their team, to say the very least. Hannah Montana playing a super aggressive Darkseer bottom lane against that Windrunner. Mid-tier tower also looking pretty shabby right now. TC abusing that dragon form. And he bought a Claymore.
Shadow.
He's going for a Shadow Blade. Oh, and IX Mike's going to get caught out here. Going to get Malphus. Some auto attacks coming out from Enigma. Here comes Dilated Mind. Does he have the Shackle? Jo comes in right away, though. Freeze onto Enigma. Nice Shackle. Latches Jo and IX Mike. And the black hole right on top of it. But TC comes in from the back with a huge Dragon Breath doing a ton of damage. But he is here all by himself. There are currently 3 left from skill difference. And he gets Ravage Gushed and just evaporates. So that is 4 almost instantaneous heroes down. 4 Complexity. Only managing to pick off the Enigma Windrunner, getting out of there by the skin of her teeth. And that's the kind of thing that skill difference is looking for, I would think.
Yeah, they want to have team fights.
Man.
Unfortunately, they got caught off, and Dai reacted it really quickly too.
That was... I mean, they just all died so fast. And JO's going to come into the tower once again, still really low on health. Pulls Arteezy right away, gets frozen immediately after with the fissure. And that's going to be a free kill. Crystal Maiden getting the kill on Shadow Fiend. And Hannah Montana killed Enigma bottom solo. Meanwhile, Complexity will get that deny on the mid tower. And it's 8-7 at just below the 12-minute mark in this Complexity versus skill difference game. Only 2,000 gold lead for Complexity as well. And the experience is actually 1,500 in favor of skill difference. So this game's still very even at this point. And I don't know about the Shadow Blade, man. Like, what are you thinking? Do you think this is a good choice? Or
I think the logic behind it is just that if he solos, like just solo farms a lane, and he can apply pressure, it allows the other heroes to do whatever they want.
Mind again. He throws out the Remnant, gets fissure blocked. I don't think he's actually, yep, he is not blocked in there. He's going to be able to run away. Jo trying to get to the high ground. Hannah Montana coming in from the side. He has no health. The Vacuum will get the kill. 120 damage coming off from that max rank Vacuum to go ahead and pick that up. Now Hannah going to go ahead and back up here. Enigma's still sitting on the high ground. Jo doesn't really have too much mana for initiation range, but go ahead. I don't think we're going to see another fight for a second, so...
Yeah, I was thinking, like, with TC buying the Lophus, he can just solo a lane, and if it requires like another hero to gank him, it's gonna be hard, because if he reacts in time, I don't think they can catch up, because they don't have heroes that can blink and stun him right now.
Right.
So he can just escape pretty much from every gank, unless like a Tide or Enigma picks up a blink.
Yeah, I suppose it's just something we're not used to seeing. A lot of times you'll see like that soul ring immediately, but since he was mid, he had the bottle. Didn't necessarily need it. Ooh, JO's going to spot out Sexy here. We also have IX Mike on that CM, but Tide's coming in from the back, and JO's just going to abandon IX Mike. Is like, see you later, buddy. I can't really help you with that. And it's going to be a free support kill for Tide Hunter. I'm sure he is pleased about that. And TC, meanwhile, farming that top lane, has his Shadow Blade already. It's only 13 minutes into the game. And he is playing this very aggressively. And like you said, man, no one from skill difference really has anything to see him. So unless they catch him out and just stun lock him from 100 to 0, he's getting away from a gank. Hannah Montana still pressuring this bottom lane. Almost has enough for a pipe if he wants to pick it up. Some Darkseers prefer to buy that Vitality booster instead, though, just to give him that extra bit of survivability for the early part of the game. Still only 14 minutes in and 17 kills. Lots of action back and forth. Gold still spiking up a bit in favor of Complexity, too. A little bit over 4,000, getting closer to 5 now, I would say. Now, if this is a question I have. If the game goes late, you know, Shadow Fiend gets his BKB, he gets some decent farm up, and wow, solo kill bottom. Actually, not solo kill, assistance of Earthshaker on that Venomancer kill. So another kill for Darkseer, just barely missed that. Now TC's going to be in a bit of trouble. Gets Gush here. Ooh, they bought Smoke right away. A skill difference not letting him abuse that Shadow Blade at all. And now he's going to get shackled as well. Power Shot going to go off. TP is immediately coming in from Complexity, though. There are 4 TPs from Complexity. Can they turn this around? There's a Nova. Sexy trying to run into the woods here to escape. Hannah Montana going to throw up the vacuum. It hits all 3. Beautiful vacuum fissure. He stutters it one time. There it goes. Finally off onto Tide. And now he's going to get pulled in. Has it ravaged yet. Just barely gets it off in the black hole right on top of him. And that's going to be a 2 for 1 right now. Tide is still alive. Shortly to be a 2 for 2. The Ion Shell gets that kill. Hannah is still chasing here. IX Mike also pursuing on Dilated Mind. Fluff and Stuff does not have mana to stun just yet. Ooh, he just so ringed up. And he will manage to clip Dilated. He does have a Force Staff, though, and gets himself past the Fissure. Has a win run, too. So overall, a 2 for 2. Losing their carry, though. So maybe a little bit of a better exchange for skill difference. And after seeing that pickup, man, that Enigma's like, you know what? I'm not going to let you abuse that Invis. I'm just going to buy Smoke right away. And meanwhile, Arteezy gets a kill on the bottom tower, but he's going to get opened on Lothar's coming out from TC, but he wastes his stun right away, so he's just going to TP out. Really nice reaction by Arteezy.
Well, if TC had Dragon Form, I don't think he would have did that. Unfortunately, he wasted it up top.
Yep.
I think he would have just opened up and just chased him down, because Dragon Form's got a longer range stun.
Yeah, it gives you the move speed, too. Plus, he has the Lothar, so I don't think the Shadow Fiend would have necessarily been able to outrun him. But he is going to be able to make it out of there, so that's definitely good for skill difference. Now 12 to 2 in favor of Complexity. A lot of skill difference kind of hovering around in their jungle, trying to get some creeping done. And I want to see what TC's going for next. He has something coming to him on the courier. No, he's bottle crowing. Never mind. His farm is still very, very good. Just looking at the gold, spiked down slightly in favor of skill difference after picking up that tower and going 2 for 2 top lane. And 88 CS for Jo, currently leading the game just barely. Arteezy's at 88 too, so they're tied for the first in the game. Oh, never mind. Hannah Montana at 98 is the number 1. And number 2 will be that Shadow Fiend and Storm Spirit.
He's got Pipe and Vitality Booster as well. He's level 14.
Yeah, he is pretty darn farmed at this point. I don't really think they could even kill him. I mean, barring using every skill they have, Ravage and all that black hole, it's going to be very tough to take him out. So he did favor going the Vitality Booster build. And he's going to finish his pipe in one go. So now I would think, with that pipe finish, that Complexity is going to be looking to go ahead and push here. Jo has enough for his Orchid as well. He has those 2 Oblivion Staffs and 800. I think the recipe is only 775, so he should be able to pick that up here shortly. And Arteezy going to be making his way towards his BKB. Still a bit off, though. He's only got his Ogre Club. Dilated does have that Forest Staff, as we mentioned earlier, using it to escape that fissure with his Phase Boots and Bacillus. Fluff has Tranquil Boots with his Soul Ring, using that HP regen to counteract the Soul Ring. I like that. Started to see that a bit more recently, too. People picking up Tranquil Boots. What do you think of that item, by the way?
It's good if you can sustain the mana, or if you have mana sustain, like to stay around the map all the time.
So basically what Earthshaker kind of did with his build.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just wants to stay around all the time. Like, he wants to be on the map. He doesn't want to go back home to heal up or anything like that.
Ooh, Jo's going to go on Dilated Mind here. Windrun pop, but it's going to be wasted. Gets the Orchid, but going to be forced out. Spotting Sexy in the woods right there. So no action going to happen. Just a couple of exchange blows. Nothing too major. Arteezy still kind of sitting here, waiting for that creep wave to come out bottom lane. TC finishes his treads. He is level 12. Hannah is almost 15, man. He is just absolutely monstrously farmed now, too. He has a Vanguard on top of his pipe, and it's only 19 minutes into the game. That's pretty ridiculous. Ooh,
Alright,
TC
look
pops
at
his
bottom.
Dragon form. Lothars, he's going to go in on Arteezy here. He throws out the stun right away. Hannah is here. He will not be able to TP out this time. Saving his vacuum. Doesn't even need to. Just going to go down from the auto attacks of Dragon Knight. So TC picking up a kill right there. TP reaction coming in, but it's a bit late. Now 4 are kind of just sitting down here for skill difference, and they have no way to really pressure a lane. Meanwhile, Complexity has 3 top, and they're sitting right at a tier 2 tower. So they will be able to make something out of this. After seeing that Tide TP, yeah, he's already making his way back across the map. Zeb is joining him, and Tide has a blink too, but I don't think they're going to be able to make it in time. Remnant and Fissure are going to go ahead and clear out those creeps, and yeah, this is going to be pretty much a free tower unless WSLK wants to try to go in. He does have blink if he chooses to, but Complexity is going to back out. Even with that very aggressive warding, we can see it right here. They know that there's not too many more people coming. Well, now they see Enigma, but this is going to be a denied tower. So that's definitely a good thing for skill difference. Could have been worse. And TC seems like he's going to be going for his BKB next. And I feel kind of bad. I've been talking a lot this game, man. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about these teams?
These teams?
Well, I mean, like, who
The
has the upper
lineup.
edge? I mean, obviously, Complexity is ahead in gold.
Complexity has the edge, and they're playing to avoid fights. They don't want to come to fights.
Okay.
Like, it's probably a smart idea. I think it's gonna come down to who gets the BKB first between the Storm and the Dragon Knight versus the SF Enigma.
Right. Well, now we're going to see some pressure applied to this top lane. Hannah sitting in the forefront here, clearing out what creeps that he can. This tower's got about 500 health left, and they are still missing Windrunner. Might be looking to try to bait out Arteezy here. 2 supports sitting in the side, but there are 3 top from Complexity, 4 top from skill difference. More conversions coming out, and Hannah just doesn't even care, man. He's like, you know what? You want to stun me, make conversions, go for it. I can't die. You can see the harassment going off. It just does nothing to him. He's got 22 health regen. 22! I'm not really sure what you can do to that in a couple of seconds. All that harassment will have been for naught. Although I guess you could argue that there are mana boots on that Tide anyway, so it is slightly a wash. TC applying pressure to this mid tower. Jayo's going to go in. A Windrunner. Will he get the Orchid off? He pulls first, then the Orchid to follow. The stun going off undilated, and he is not going to live through that at all. And now we're going to have counter initiation after seeing the TP going back to base. Sexy's going to get caught out here. Echo slams and the Nova coming out. Fluff and Stuff going to pick up that kill. And now we're going to see Zeb pursued here by Hannah. Throws the Surge onto himself. And I believe Jayo was forced to TP out after picking up that Windrunner kill. WSLK is here. He does have Ravage. He's walking in. Arteezy's there as well. Vacuum onto all 3. Now Zeb's in a lot of trouble. Will the Ravage come out? He hasn't Ravaged yet. I'm not really sure what he's waiting for, but his teammates are all dying. And that's going to be 2 kills. And now he's running back in. I'm not really sure what he's doing, but he might actually pay with his life here. Surge is off cooldown. And yeah, that's going to be a kill. TC coming in from the bottom to go ahead and steal that with a Dragon Breath. So I understand the idea of wanting to save your Ravage to get a good one, but he just let 2 people die. I mean, I'm not really sure that that was a smart choice. I mean, maybe you know why he did it, but I certainly don't.
I think he just wants to save it, to be honest.
Well, you don't think the Ravage would have let at least one of them get away there? I mean, Hannah was the only one.
I definitely could have turned the fight.
Yeah.
If he just did it.
I mean, at the very least, minimize your losses. Yeah, you have to use an ability with a lengthy cooldown, but he died and lost his carry and another support because he didn't use it. I think that definitely would have been worth in that situation, but it's over now, so we're going to continue on with the game. 18-10 in favor of Complexity. And after that team fight, things are looking a little bit more grim. Experience just shot up over the last 5 minutes of the game. That is a insane gap. Now well over 10,000 in favor of Complexity. Looking at the gold, too, they are almost 10,000 ahead in that regard as well. So things taking on a completely different flavor than they were previously. And Mech almost finished on the CM. And once your CM has a Mech, I think you're pretty comfortable with the way the game's going. Also, 300 gold on Hannah as well. Probably going to be going for another tanky item, I would say. Or honestly, I mean, I guess he can make a Hex too. Do you want to be able to take out the Tidehunter right away without getting Ravaged? Wouldn't be a bad choice.
You can still craggy it. You just spam R.
Yeah, we did see his luck with it last time, managing to break that 600 damage threshold right in a tower. I think
He
that
can
thing...
do he can do 2 thresholds.
Yeah.
So as long as he spams R during like the silence or whatever, should be able to get it off. As long as he takes damage.
Well, more farming being done here. Skill difference gathering up as 5 invis on the Windrunner. They were going straight down mid, man. I think this might be just a desperation push. Like, we don't know if we can get any farther in this game right now. We're losing a lot of map control. We kind of need to try to do something push. That's kind of what I feel this might be. And they're going to be doing a lot of damage to this tower. Still waiting on a reaction from Complexity. Sees the TP coming in from Darkseer. He's going to be sitting behind that, and he needs to lead the charge. He is crazy tanky. Dragon Form also activated. They're going to go on this vacuum. Manages to hit 2. Oh, and a blink Echo Slam, but RTZ BKBs. No Ravage going to be seen, though. Fluff and Stuff getting taken out right there. Going to kill. Going to go to Windrunner, and now the rest of skill difference is just completely dropping here. Shows the lack of farm completely, and that is going to be a team wipe, only losing the Earthshaker. Perfect initiation. That was a double kill for the Darkseer as well, managing to get the Tide before he could get his Ravage off. So, yeah, that was not so good for skill difference at all. And honestly, a really opportune fight due to the fact that you're fighting in a pretty small area when you push a tier 2 mid like that. BKB going to be finished on Storm here. So Jo looking at his farm. He has his Orchid already. Had that a while ago. Has the BKB now also. IX Mike, I believe, has his mech. Yes, he does. It is... Oh, no, it's not. He's 40 gold short. Okay, I thought he bought the rest.
I think they're going to finish this game within the next 10 minutes. I think they have Rush completely in their favor. They're just going to go Rush and just push it straight up.
Yeah, I mean, they could for sure. I mean, BKB on TC as well. And RTZ had a really great BKB timing. It's just everyone else from his team dies way too fast. I mean, the combination of Dragon Breath and stuff like that. Oh, and speaking of damage, we're going to see Zeb just get absolutely melted by Storm Spirit. Wow, he died pretty much before he could do anything. And that's what Storm brings to the table if you get free farm. You can just pick off those heroes and really... Positions that you would normally feel safe in, you're not safe against the Storm.
Yeah, but good ward placements for the pickoffs, though, for Storm.
Yeah, definitely. Can see that very aggressive ward here mid, near where the tier 2 tower used to be. Seems like Complexity's just playing, I would say, on a different tier today than skill difference. $20 seconds left on Earthshaker's Echo Slam. Might be looking to make a push out of it once it's back up. Only person not there is going to be Darkseer. He bought his ultimate orb, so I'm assuming that will be a sheep. He's kind of looking like he wants to run towards the side shop and finish that. So he will have a Scythe of Ice for the next team fight if he chooses to build it. And there we go. So now I seriously doubt Tide's ever going to be able to Ravage. I mean, we saw how fast he died last time just because of the Echo, the Vacuum, and the Dragon's Breath coming out from TC. He just melted. We can see Complexity grouping up towards mid, and they can honestly just back up and try to take Roche. I mean, skill
They're
difference.
doing it.
Yeah, they have to react. Skill difference can't sit in their base. If they do, it's a free Aegis, and that's, I would say, game over in itself. TC also picking up another Mithril Hammer. Wonder if he's going to make that into a Mjolnir. Suppose it's a possibility. We're going to see a smoke up on skill difference. They want to engage on this. Here comes Hannah Montana. The smoke's finally off. Oh, nice Orca timing on Enigma. He is completely screwed with the blink in. 2 BKBs popped, though. One from each team, and the Arteezy Ultimate's going to do quite a bit of damage, not taking anyone out. There's the wall. Dilated Mine is going to drop in a nice Echo Slam. There is the damage coming out from Complexity, and heroes just die way too fast to really even tell you what's going on. I mean, they were alive for about 5 seconds, and the Echo Slam came out, Darkseer wall, and everybody was just dead at that point. So 29-11, game got out of control really, really fast. This game looking pretty grim at this point for skill difference. Roshan is going to fall in favor of Complexity. And I just don't think there's anything left they can do, man.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Just considering the items, they're too big to actually even kill heroes now. Even if they pull off their combo.
I mean, honestly, the start of that fight didn't go so bad for skill difference either. I mean, yeah, Enigma got orchided, but the blink initiation from Tide was really good. There was a BKB, though. Actually, 2 BKBs from Complexity before that Ravage hit, so that's probably where most of the damage was not accomplished for them. But Pipe's going to be activated. This melee rack's taking a lot of damage. Shackle's not going to latch anything. Trying to do some power shots. Now Jo BKB's in, goes onto the Enigma, tries to get Force Staff out, but the Orchid's going to go off anyway, and he's going to die pretty much flat out. WSLK in a bit of trouble now, too. Craggy once again removing the hacks, but not going to be enough to save him this time. Zeb will also pay with his life. And now Arteezy has his BKB popped. He wants to try to take out Jo, but the auto-attack damage coming out from Complexity just way too much. And it vacuums them out of the well. A little bit of a bad manner play right there from Hannah. You can vacuum people over ledges in this game. A little bit strange. Seen it happen all the time. And the GGs are going to come out, so that's it, man. Complexity takes the game. Skill difference getting taken out here, and what seemed like it was a pretty close game for a while, but eventually just completely snowballing out of control for Complexity. Where do you think it really went wrong for skill difference this game, if you had to say?
I think leaving the SF alone was just a bad idea. I think Ty could have played it a lot more safe up top. Just to leech EXP.
Right.
Bottom was doing fine. So if they protected the SF and got the BKB on a lot earlier, it would have been more effective. And maybe Enigma could have rushed BKB instead of getting other items. Like he could have ganked here and there. Definitely could have ganked mid a lot. If he just like, they didn't utilize smoke at all to gank. Like Enigma could have just soloed it.
Yeah, I think after the GGs were called, it's pretty apparent that everybody's just kind of messing around right now, but I totally agree. The only thing is, though, it's hard to play passive, and I mean, WSLK was on his tower most of the game. I mean, he TP'd back in and died once, which is a little bit silly, but other than that, how much more passive can you really get? I don't know. I think that it was a slight maybe outpicking by Complexity in terms of how their lane's shaped up. And once TC hit 6, he was able to bully Shadow Fiend mid as well. There was just not really a whole lot that he could do about it. And his team was forced to react to top, otherwise the Tide was going to keep dying over and over again. So I don't know.
Well, it would have been a different situation if the Venom was top. Definitely.
Right.
Because they would have had the Enigma help.
Well, once again, that's going to be it, guys. Skill difference versus Complexity. Complexity takes the win, 36-11, and just about a 33-minute game. Throne's going to die here in just a second. And I think this is the only game that we have to cast today, at least the only one that I know of. And I want to thank you guys very much for watching the stream. Snoopy, I'm sure, is very happy that you guys join us as well for all these casts, as much as I enjoy him being here. So thank you again, buddy, for casting with me as always. And we are going to
Sorry, I just zoned out.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. The game's over. I understand. It's okay. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I will be covering more of the American bracket for the Prodota2 World League tournament as much as I can, hopefully to have Snoopy with me here the whole time. I know you guys love him too. Always welcome his insight and his company in general. Awesome guy, awesome player. But we're going to be done for the day. So thank you once again. If you want to follow the channel, please do it here. You can also follow my private Twitch channel at Draskyl. It's DRSKYLL. So 2 L's. And you can follow me on Twitter at Draskyl. I'm sure you guys know how to spell that too, because I just spelled it once. So we're going to sign off, so I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Into the FB, and that is a huge hit.